KMR finally reaches the point everyone's been looking forward to. The chase. Race one of the round of 12 begins at Pocono. Welcome to 105 The Drive. Pole sitter for Pocono was the 31 of Swift. Would he be able to win the race? There you see on your screen Fractured Chain up in the top 5. The Monster, not a good qualifying spot. Here we go with race 1. Here at Pocono, a lot of anticipation. We've been here before at our first Pocono race. A lot of excitement. Came down to a white flag shootout. What's going to happen this time? Green flag. Oh, already trouble in turn 1. That's Fractured Chain around and into the 3 car. That's our first caution already. We haven't even got 1,000 feet away from the start finish line, and we get our first caution for Fractured Chain. And so after a round of pit stops, as everyone tries to get their car set up and ready to go, their setups in. Ender James and the 78, or the 15 rather, of Chevy Giant. I'm sorry, the 15 of Chevy Giant. Bring us to the green flag. Here we go. Ender James has really been impressive. Able to make the chase over the 42 of Mordecai. And now look at him in only his 2nd season in KMR, leading. And speak of the 15 in the infield, spins off the racetrack after making contact. He's going to be fine. No caution. Into turn 2 of the tricky triangle. There's the Monster on the outside. The 21 of All Guns on the inside. All Guns needing to have a good race here if he wants to excel. He's been struggling all season long. We've talked about it earlier in the pre-chase show, and so now let's see what he has in the chase. Ender James, your leader. Down the long back straightaway. Looks like the car's almost going in slow motion. Coming into turn 2. Ender James into the wall. Cookie into the wall. You see Cookie must have spun out a little bit. He's recovering. Here's the 33 of his teammate Speedy. He's going to try to get around him there on the inside. No go this time. They're on the front straightaway. As this race unfolds, keep your eye on the pole sitter, the 31, who is just taking the lead from Ender James, headed into turn 1 and hits the wall. Having trouble there, banking off the wall. He's falling back a great deal, and look at Fractured Chain. Trying to bounce back here. He's going for the lead. Fractured to the lead. Ender James 2nd. The 33 of Speedy 3rd here at Pocono. Speedy, a very good Pocono racer. It's inside the cockpit. Long race here. Gonna be scheduled here in the start of the race. Some drivers, notable drivers that are not in as of right now in the race due to electronic failures before we could even get started. The 13 car of Beloved. There's Speedy with the slow motion pass. So important for all of these drivers trying to get themselves started in the chase. You want to try to win your first race in the chase. Get yourself into the round of 6. Competition is going to be high and fierce because you have drivers like Chevy Giant in the 15. He's not in the chase. However, he's fighting for his season. He's fighting to keep from having to run that dreaded qualifier for next season. Will he be able to complete that task? All questions that will be answered. Cookie runs 4th here at Pocono. Ender again into the wall, and it's so tough here, the tricky triangle. They call it a tricky triangle. 3 separate corners, 3 different types of corners modeled after different racetracks, and it's so hard to get each corner down. Ender James struggling, and we have our first caution of the day out here at Pocono. No doubt for what happened in the rear of the racetrack. We do not have photo images of that or video footage of that. We apologize. So our second caution of Pocono out right now. Fracture chain led oh so precious laps, but after pit stops is cycled to 4th or 3rd. Cookie 4th. Green flag for your leaders, Swift and Speedy. Into turn 1, the field goes. 3 wide almost. And I apologize. I said that Beloved was not in the race. Beloved is in the race in the 13 car. Keep your eye on him because he is going to have a good chase in order to advance to the round of 6, something he has not been able to do. Contact between teammates. That's the 31. The 22 involved as well. The 27 goes hard into the inside wall on the exit of 2. And that will bring out our 3rd caution. Caution breeding cautions here at Pocono. And that's not what you want to see if you're talking about RCR, teammates taking each other out. You don't want to see that happen at any point, but especially not in a chase race. Cookie rejoins the field lined up. So let's take you to after pit stops. Going green once again. 3rd restart. Car overdrove the corner. That's the 3 of Paintbrush. Overdrove that corner like crazy. He's just spinning out at the bottom of the racetrack after smacking the wall hard. Not going to bring out the caution though. There's a 31 working on Cookie. That's at the back of the pack. And at the front, kind of getting straightened out. And Speedy is up front leading laps. He struggled earlier in the previous Pocono race, and now this time trying to lead as many laps as he can in this oh so important first race of the chase. The winner of one of these races will advance to the next round automatically, will be locked into next season, but not only that, will be locked in to the Daytona 500 guaranteed. No matter what happens in either dash race, they will be in the Daytona 500. That's a part of the new rules package for next season, which will see only 6 drivers officially lock into the Daytona 500. The rest of the drivers will have to race in the dash races to fill out the rest of the grid. More will be explained about that later on as the season progresses. So let's take you through a run through your top 5. Speedy, of course, leading. We already talked about him. Second place up there is Chevy Giant, and Chevy Giant eliminated from chase contention. Is not eligible to chase. However, is in that battle for next season to keep from having to run that qualifier to try to lock into next season, and that's important too. When you talk in terms of the qualifier, it's so much in question whether you'll be able to qualify in and be able to run next season. And so, do you want to have that looming over you going into the off season, that you'll have to battle these guys in a free-for-all with so few laps? Or do you want to be locked in and guaranteed a position? If you ask Chevy Giant, he wants to be locked in and guaranteed a position. Chevy Giant hoping to have a better season than he did last season. Personal issues off the track kept him off the track there. As you see, 3 wide in the back as Cookie hits the wall hard, and both Beloved as well as All Guns pass Cookie to put him last place on the grid. Cookie sinking like a rock in the ocean. Of course, Pocono, Cookie struggles mightily at Pocono. His struggles have been well documented. Not a good race for the monster. So we'll see if he's able to pull it together and try to get something going for himself as this race continues. Back as we take you through the top 5, we already talked about Ender James. He was running third and in that Hendrick Motorsports number 5, and Ender has been the wonder story, because Ender James, I tell you, was a question mark as to whether he would be able to make the chase and battle with Mordecai. His teammates or his team captain gives him the team points. He goes out there, he runs well, finishes the race, and is awarded in. Now Ender James with a chance to battle to get into the round of 6, and more than that, a chance to battle for a championship in only his 2nd season. We've seen a lot of miraculous season out of young guys around the racetrack in seasons past. You think about a rookie sensation of years ago, Jab. You think about Ghost Train winning in his rookie year. Ender James can be that story if he continues to work hard in his battles and applies himself and gets that team support that's helped him get this far. Ender James not able to make the chase via wins because of all the races that he missed throughout the season. What a story for him to be able to get himself into the chase and have a chance to fight. That 5 car is looking good here at Pocono. On board with the monster. That looks like All Guns way down there. What in the world? Rocket shipped back up into the front of the racetrack. Don't know what happened there. But that's going to bring out our caution. Caution number 4 of the day here at Pocono. Let's get one more look at that. Watching the back of your screen, what happens here As you see, All Guns drift low and he just smacks the wall. Look how he just shoots him right back up into the racetrack, hard into the wall. All Guns continues to struggle mightily at these racetracks. Our Daytona 500 winner for this season, not looking good so far. There are your leaders after preparing for the restart. Green flag, the 15 and the 33. Outside lane really gets going here at Pocono. Way down low is the 33. Almost 4 wide, 3 wide in the back. Cookie going for the lead on Swift. The monster to start leading at Pocono. But takes that corner a little too sharp off the wall. There's the 33 and the 22. They get into each other as well as around him. And look at the 33 of Speedy taking it wide, 3 wide, and into the wall goes Speedy, hard into the 13 as well as the 31. It looked like back there. Fractured Chain assumes the lead. Oh no, the 31 of Swift assumes the lead. Caution out. And that, guys, is going to push us to yet another white flag shootout. Let's look at that again. What happened there after the, not there, but what happened here. Notice how the 33 gets spun right there. Contact made, but notice where he comes from. The 3 wide pass right here. At the exit of 2. Overtakes 3 cars, including 2 of his teammates. And then the 31 just kind of, as you notice there, obvious lag bubble. There was no contact made. The 33 around into the wall. And then if you look behind you, watch what happens behind you. It's the 15 car and the 13 car both collect him and bring out what will be our final caution of the day here at Pocono. So this is so pivotal. If you look at where everyone is, the 31 up front, that's the 31 of Swift. He was the pole sitter, very fast. The Fractured Chain has led a ton of laps here at Pocono already. Cookie sitting 3rd. And as we come down to the white flag coming here very, very soon now. 1 to go. And what is happening here is that there is a delay here, a problem here on the racetrack that's going to stop this race. You can call it a rain delay if you want to, but what has happened is it has caused this race to have to be ended. It will end under caution. The field was not allowed to set and go back green flag racing. So what you see here is what you get. Swift is going to win this race. Fractured Chain 2nd. Cookie manages a 3rd place. Enter James 4th. Paintbrush 5th. Chevy Giant gets a 6th place. All Guns able to manage a 7th here at Pocono. Oh, excuse me. No, so that's what's going to happen here. Swift gets the first win of the season, or of the postseason here in the chase at Pocono. A serious deal for him. He will be in the round of 6 guaranteed. He will be in the Daytona 500 for season 5 guaranteed. So we look forward to the next race in the chase, Michigan. Here in the round of 12. It's been 105 The Drive.